It is the end of April, and the man that I was talking about, I don't know if it was the recently episode, but this man that is mental sick, that have coming to talk to me again, and it's 4 or 5 years since we talk, because I blocked him because he was disturbing me so much, and he take up so much time that I should spend more to focus on God and the work I do for God. So I blocked him, and it was like he repeating himself the whole time, and talking evil things. He's stalking. He follow women that he think they look great on the outside, and now he have talking more, and I have told him that I have told him the truth, and not try to hide it in any way. I have told him what he is, but he don't understand, because I don't want to speak to people like the world are speaking. I speak more like Jesus should have done to a person he's standing in front of. I try to follow Jesus in that way, how I treat the world. And so I told him about everything he had said and done, but not in a harsh, not angry way. And I say that God protected me, heaven protected me when I go. I have this kitten that I was selling, and I travel to his city, and then he wanted to see me, and I was thinking I can see him, meet him in his city when I am there. But when I took the train to his city, it's common like a hurricane, and I couldn't meet him because there was no city buses, there was no traffic outside, as it was so very much wind, nothing was going on in the city. It was not, we should not go out in the streets. So I was in a hotel, and then when I took the train back home, I had to stop in a city and lay at the hotel because there were no train working, because the electricity was gone. So it was very terrible weather, and and I understood what was going on, and I have been talking to God that I'm frightened about him, but I was thinking, like I say in the chapter I have already recorded, that to meet him in a public place, not in his home, but outside somewhere. But nothing was open because it was electricity was gone, and so it never happened, and I'm happy for that. and I told him about the chauffeur, that he took a knife and he cut the whole package that I have sent to him from Israel. He told me that he have destroyed the whole package with a knife. Cut it, cut it, cut it. And so I was worried that he should take a knife and kill me when we should meet. So, but God helped me in this. So he said that I lie. It was not like that. He said to me, but I didn't told him that he lie about that he didn't take a knife and cut. And he say that he hold the shofar, the Israel trumpet. He dropped it in the floor and it crashed. But that doesn't fit in, because a shofar, a real shofar that I bought, it's very thick, so it's very hard to crash it. If he not dropped it on marbles, on stones like that, but that we don't have in Swedish home. We have vinyl, this plastic floor, so it's soft. So, but it was lie anyway from him, and so I didn't say anything that he lie. I didn't answer what he wrote, and now he wrote me again. That's what it happened when I have told you. I have told you to not go into a fight with people that come and are very angry, and you maybe not know, but you think that they can be mentally sick. You should not go in a fight with the devil. It's only to hold back, because the devil doesn't stop. When you stop, he don't stop. He continue, because he wants you to answer back, because that's when he get the fuel. That's when you help him or her to get the fuel, the energy to could go on and on with what they are doing. So when you stop arguing, stop answer, they go more and more angry. But after a while, they stop to fight with you, because you don't answer. So you don't give them energy, you don't fuel them to continue. That's how I do with this man. So I didn't answer him, and now he wrote me once again, and it's for everyone to read, that is friends with me on Facebook, because he can't chat with me. It's closed for him to could chat with me. He can only chat with me openly in posts, so everyone can read it. I have about 3,500 people on Facebook that can read it, and I hope they learn from it. And he said today that he was also he assumed that I prayed to God, and he is into Jesus as God. And now he told me that he's stuck in that way, that he listen and look at and wank to this preacher, that I have to go to my other computer and read her name, because I never have heard about her. I maybe have heard about her, but I have not lay it inside my mind. Her name is, the preacher is Kathy Souza. It's one in United States, and she is with those Jesus lovers, Daystar Television, those demons people that is in this ministry, television ministry, Daystar Television. I don't watch it. I watched it a little when I lived in the United States, but it was not my way to see God, what they were talking about. But they have this Kathy, Souza, Souza, and she is coming from drugs. She did drugs when she was younger, and she go into prison and was in prison for many years, and then she is married to a man that I think it was 17 years he was in prison, in jail, and so they are used to trick people. They are used to lie, and they is telling like God have changed them. And I don't know if God is Jesus for them, but mostly is it Jesus when they are in this television. So that's Jesus. But I don't blame Jesus about what they are doing. This is people that doing. It have nothing with Jesus himself to do. You need to understand that. And that bothered me a little, because when I got most of the money to travel to Israel now in December, someone have the one that sent me money was sending it was from Nazareth, it says, and that was the same thing to say that it was Jesus that was sending me money, and that's a way to they try to trick me, that Jesus was sending me money, that and Jesus is their God, and they wanted me to believe that Jesus was sending me money, and that's a tricky and false and lie made of this person. I'm thankful for I think it's a woman, and I'm thankful that she was sending me all the money so I could travel to Jerusalem. But she don't buy me. She don't buy me with money. I know what I know. I, I know what I have seen and heard. And she can't come and tell me what to believe in. I don't believe in anything. I, I have got knowledge from heaven. It's no belief. I am not in a religion. It's not a belief because I know. I have got the knowledge and not something that you should believe in this. It's not like that because what I have seen and heard is the truth. And there is not made up on earth. This is what I get from heaven and not from someone telling me. So I'm thankful if you listen now. I'm thankful that you send me money, but you can't tell me that I should believe in Jesus as God, because that is not what I have got to know from heaven. All these ancestors I have behind me that still are alive, they are living in heaven, and heaven is more like, it is a place that I have seen and been in, but I'm not sure that it's been more and more this, that what they showing me in picture from heaven, and when I have been in heaven, I'm not sure that this look like that is like an attribute for something else, but that is the truth, but it is like made up from heaven because they can't explain it for me in real. I need to be there. In my afterlife, I know what it was, what they told me and showed me. Now, when they are talking to me and showing me things, that it's I have to process it inside my brain, and that is a human brain that is born here on earth. So I can't know exactly what they are showing me. I can only in details explain it with my human brain and the brain that have been with me here on earth. If you understand that, but this what they are telling me is the closest I can get from of their truth that is in the spirit world. And in the spirit world, it's not like our world. So it's very hard to explain, but when I tell you what they are saying and what they're showing me is the closest we can be into the reality, that they hold the reality in their hand, and that is not the reality is not here on earth. It's something that we're gonna gasp, and we're gonna be maybe a little confused, but most of all we're gonna be very, very surprised in what we see in the afterlife. So that hold hold us is like in a prison, that we can't think like afterlife or seeing and hearing, because we live here on earth. So it is every time a person that tell me that is evil, mental sick person is telling me someone's name, they reveal for me the devil that is they listen to, and those I don't know in English, but that what is alike, thinking alike, and what attract someone, that same person is going to listen at this catty souza, and she is look very beautiful. So she is like a sex appeal person for men, and some women also, they want to be like her. And she got very much money and houses and everything from the start, and she say it's God that have given her all these things, and you need to make compare to what I get from God. It is not a big house. I live in a very small apartment, and I don't have more money than could survive on. I can pay my basic bills and food to eat, and travel a little around, because I don't drink alcoholic, I don't go out and eat, and I don't smoke. So I those money do I have to do other things with. So, but they get big houses. They got more than one house. They are around the world with those houses, and they get airplane, and they got many cars, these things. And heaven is talking to me, and God is talking, coming here and talking to me, and I don't get those things. When God wants me to travel for Him, I have not, since year 2000, I have not traveled far away on my own money or on my own will. I have traveled when God have told me to travel somewhere, and for to travel I get the money. I get this money from that woman, and she write me it was from Nazareth, because I should believe that God, that no, her God, I should believe that her God, Jesus, had sent me money. That's what she tried to fool me on. And I got money from this man, mental sick man. He gave me money last time to come to Israel and to he thought he should buy me. It was the same thing, but God can use them. Heaven can use those mental sick people and those people that try to fool me that Jesus is God by doing this because they have the money to could do this. The money that is what they try to fool us with. And I don't have any money. I did what God or heaven told me to do from the beginning when I come back from United States to Sweden. I got that I should buy me a cat, and then it was expensive cat, and he make a kitten of an ordinary cat, but I get the money from those kittens, and the first I did was to buy me a bed because I didn't have a real bed, and I have lots of pain that I didn't know what it was. I thought it was the back. I didn't know it was pancreas. And so I bought me a bed, and then when I get next time I get the kittens and sold them, I could buy me a female cat of same breed as the male cat, and then I could create the money for that in the beginning. And then it come this 2017 after I have been to Utah in United States, Salt Lake City. After that, when I come home, the cats start to be sick. Everyone was sick. I could sell 1 litter of kittens, but 18 kittens died. So I understood it have coming to the end for me to could get some money from selling kittens and get the money to could travel. So I understood that and sold all the cats. So I don't have any cats today. And I needed to get money in another way. And then it was this man, mental sick man, he gave me money so I could travel to Israel, and then I bought this trumpet for him in Israel, and I sent him videos from Israel so he could travel with me in Israel and see what's going on in Israel. So I did the work for him. I didn't got the money from him. It was like I was hired of him to show him Israel and buy this trumpet. So it was no money that I got. But this time I got, for the 4th time I was in Israel, she was sending me money and pretend it was from Nazareth, and thought maybe, I don't know, but I think so, that she thought I should think it was Jesus that was sending me the money. So this is something to wake up, hold you awake of what's going on, that those that have demons inside them, they also be attracted to these stars that is on television, and they have fantasy to marry or have sex with them, and those things. And so that's one way to do it. You know that I don't have any preacher that I am attracted to. I hear from heaven, and I hear from God. I don't hear from anyone on this planet. That's the difference. They believe in something that is a star on television or radio and podcast. I don't have those thousand listener in my podcast, but those famous actors preaching, they have, and they hear from another God than what I hear from. They don't hear from heaven so much. They don't talk about heaven have told them. They say God have told me. They say that, or Jesus have told me. But they don't say like I say I understand today that heaven have showing me and helped me around to understand that there is an afterlife, and they is directed to me to show me and teach me what's going on in reality. And so he was, before he talking, this mental sick man, he was telling me that he get big injections. He say he got the most doses of injections inside him. He don't tell me what is it for injection he get, but as he have talked to me that he have been in mental hospital many times. Is it maybe injection he write about that is to calm me down, medicine for mental disease, or I don't know what, but he was writing many times about the injection that he got most in the biggest injection that they can give him, the doctors at the mental hospital maybe, I don't know really, but he's talking about injections, and that tell most everything. But his favorite preacher is Katie Souza. She's married, so she's birth name is something else, the short name, but she is married Souza, and so it shows very much what's going on also when mental sick people tell you who they like to see and hear from, because that show also those preachers who they are, because this kind of person that is mental sick, he or she is into listen and watch those preachers. And those preachers that have with the devil to do, they can talk about God, because the devil is God for them. So it's to know their source. Where come the source from? When they say God, what is the source? It can be Jesus, and that have walking here on earth, and it can be the devil that is their God. And my son's God is the devil, and he say that the only church that he maybe could be in, did he say to me, is the church of Mormon church. And then he say that he is buying meat that is halal. Muslims, Jewish also have this, cut the neck of an animal and let it bleed to death. So evil things. So we know where they are coming from. And as long as we play the same game with those people, they are nice to us. But as soon as we say something against them, then we can see the devil coming out from them, and that no one is allowed to be with me from the Mormon church, because they see me as evil, but they still let me be member of the church. And I have needed to be member of the church because I do my family tree. That's the only reason I am there, because I don't believe what they believe in, that Jesus is the God that was walking here on earth. More and more they are going into that, and they are also say yes to homosexual marriage and these things. They go worse and worse now. They start to see that they are losing members. There is people that the people doesn't come to the church, so they need to change and go with the world. That's how, like, be forced if they want to have this power, want the money to could build all the temple around the world. They need to go for what people are saying in the world and attract them to the church in that way. So they have started to go against very much what God is talking about, a real God, that one that have never walking here on earth with his own legs. He have never walked here, and he have not died either. He's have always lived, and that it's have changed very much from Joseph Smith time. Joseph Smith was talking about something else than what it is today. So I'm not happy for that. I'm sad that no church or no tradition hold into what was going on from the beginning when they start. I believe that they were very to listen at God, what God wanted. But then more and more the greed is taking over. The greed and money taking over. And they are not so clean anymore. It's sad. It's very sad. I'm not laughing about it. I wish there was a church that was real church. And then if it was a real church, we should not have this killing and wars in our planet. We should have peace, but there is no peace. And most of all is not peace at all between beliefs, between traditions. They killing in the name of God or Allah, and that is very sad that they don't take God serious. They don't take the reality, what's going on, not only on this planet, but what is going on in the whole universe, the reality. And so this was what I wanted to talk to you about, this, to look deeper where the source are coming from. That is very important to be awake. So thank you for listening. God bless you.